What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well today. So yes, I am on camera for today, but only because I had just no time to edit this video like I normally would, because the entire morning I was busy setting up the new Discord server. So I know this is a thing you guys have been asking for a long time. If you want to be one of the first people to ever join it, then all you gotta do if you're on YouTube is click the join button there, or you can support me on Patreon instead, and you automatically get access to this server. There are different channels if you're an anime only, or if you want to talk about spoilers, or whatever it may be. So yeah, if you're interested in checking it out, we got tons of emojis there as well, like custom emotes for My Hero characters. If you want to check it out, then please do by hitting the join button down below, or checking me out on Patreon as well. But with that said, let's get into these questions. So the first one comes from Trey Cash, and he says, what students in Class 1A would have been the worst candidates to receive One for All? Yeah, so in my opinion, the worst candidate would probably be Aoyama, and I think for pretty obvious reasons. His body can barely handle his own quirk, and if we remember, when Deku got One for All, he had to do tons and tons of brutal training, and if he didn't use it correctly, his body would have exploded in different places. So I imagine that Aoyama, who already has trouble with his laser quirk, I imagine that One for All would just... He'd probably be thrown up every other day, every other second. It'd just be too much for him. So yeah, I think Aoyama is probably the worst. Also Invisible Girl, because I just don't like her. Like, whenever there's something going on, she's really sus. She's just never in the forefront. She's never doing anything. Maybe it's because she's invisible and I just don't see her, but for the most part, I just don't rate her. It's as simple as that. On the flip side of that question, I think the best, besides the obvious people like Bakugo and Shoto, I think the best would actually be Kirishima, because imagine One for All combined with like his hardening quirk. So he's punching people with the power of One for All, and then he can harden his fist as he does it. I think Kirishima, and also he just has he's a manly spirit. He's a true hero in a way. So I think Kirishima would be the best candidate besides the obvious guys. Now, moving on to the next question, we have Big Anime Weeb, which is a great username, by the way. And this guy is one of my first YouTube members, so shout out to you. And he says, why did you choose to become a YouTuber? Yeah, so the reason I chose to become a YouTuber, it was not just one thing. I guess I was inspired by a lot of different people. So I've said this, if you watch my Twitch streams, I've said this a million times, but Truth Hero was the main channel that I used to watch for My Hero Academia videos. And then from him, I just branched out to a bunch of different YouTubers. So I watched Grand Line Review. So it's funny because I'm not a One Piece fan, but I would always watch Grand Line Review just for his descriptions on like the devil fruits and stuff like that. And so those all kind of inspired me, and I just I enjoyed watching them so much. And I remember like I had my own ideas for list videos and other things similar to what they did. And so yeah, I just started with like a few chapter reviews, and then I started doing list videos, and then I started doing explanation videos, and then eventually my channel started to blow up properly when I did my theory videos. That's when it took off. Like before that, it was kind of just like maybe I'd get like a few hundred viewers maybe, but after I started doing theory videos, then that's when everyone was like, yo, let's check out Total Quirk. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so moving on, the next question is from Kronos GW, who asks, will Endeavour live or die? Yeah, so in my opinion, it's hard. I can't say for a fact. Like, I don't want to make a bold prediction. I feel like his character has grown so much, and it's like, at the end of the day, I think one of the themes about My Hero Academia is succession. Deku is succeeding All Might by taking One for All. He's taking his power and being the next generation. Shigaraki is succeeding All for One. He's taken his power and he's the next generation. And Shoto has Endeavor's flames. He has Endeavor's power. The successors are all in play. So that means that, All Might, we know All Might's going to die possibly very soon. We know All for One, in my opinion, Shigaraki's going to kill him. So Endeavour, when does he die? Well, it would be pretty poetic if his eldest son, Toya Todoroki, was to kill him. So I think Toya should kill Endeavour. Do I know if it's going to happen for a fact? No, but I would like to see it. Next question is from Trey Cash, and he says, if you could pick, who would be your dream team to stop Gigantomachia? Yeah, Gigantomachia has a ridiculous level of strength, so if I could only use quirks that are on the hero side of things, we should start off with Mudman. So Mudman, he can make the ground soft and he can trip Gigantomachia over. We've seen him already do that during the war arc, so I think Mudman number one, because he could make Gigantomachia fall down. Then we need someone who can restrain him. So I'm trying to think. I would have said Rocklock, but I'm pretty sure his quirk can't be used on living things. And also, I don't know if you could do it on something that big. So I'm gonna leave Rocklock out of this for a minute. So who could do it? Midnight. If you can make Gigantomachia fall down, and then Midnight would be there to kind of like use her quirk to put him to sleep, that could work. You know, if she can do it enough, I'm sure Machia could fall asleep. So yeah, then once he's asleep, what do you do with him? How do you make sure he doesn't get back up again? If I can include quirks that are not hero quirks, then Overhaul. I guess if Overhaul was in his prime and he had like had his arms, then yeah, you get Mudman to trip Gigantomachia up, then you get Midnight to put him to sleep, and then you get Overhaul to come in and he could like touch Machia and maybe like do something. I don't know, like he can rearrange matter. So maybe he could just rearrange Gigantomachia's body in a way where he's not strong anymore. Maybe his limbs don't work, and maybe he can't move anymore. But like you can disable him with Overhaul. So yeah, that would be my dream team: Mudman, Overhaul, and Midnight. Next question comes again from Kronos, and he says, "Do you think Dabi will acquire Stain's fanbase? At the surface, Dabi seems to be carrying out Stain's ideals. However, we as an audience know that Dabi is nothing like Stain. As you pointed out in one of your previous videos, Dabi was looking back at the corpses and destruction of Machia with a pure smile of bliss. Stain wouldn't act like that." Yeah, so you're right in that Dabi and Stain, they're literally, in terms of their personalities, they're nothing alike. Dabi kind of revels in the destruction of innocent people, whereas Stain is more, you know, he hates bad guys basically, or he hates heroes who he perceives as fake. So they are very different in that respect. But I imagine that Dabi would get a lot of Stain's followers. Because at the end of the day, Stain's ideology was exposing the fake heroes. So what Dabi has done is expose hero society. You know, he's shown that the number one hero is not a great guy. He's shown that the number two hero is also, you know, not a great guy, and also he comes from a family of villains, or at least one villain. So by exposing hero society in this way, by showing that they're not as great as people assume, I think that a lot of people who would have followed Stain, by default, they will follow Dabi because he's parroting the same message whilst also having evidence to back it up. Stain never had evidence. Stain was just going around, the hero killer, just going around getting heroes who he thought were not worthy. Whereas Dabi literally pulled out a DNA test. He's like, Endeavour is my father. He's like, Endeavour did this, Endeavour did that. Hawks did this, I have video, like. So Dabi's more like the evolved Stain. He's got the evidence to back it up. So I think, yeah, he will get a lot of Stain's following. Moving on to the next question. So this is from Big Anime Weeb. And it says, what, in your opinion, is your favorite and most hated Class 1A student? Most hated is Hagakure, Invisible Girl. I think I said it already in this video. Yeah, I just even in the Heroes Rising movie, I was like, when I came out of that movie, I was like, I remember what everyone did except Invisible Girl. Like, I just can't remember what she contributed. So it's like, she's just useless. So yeah, most hated is Invisible Girl. Favorite. So it's a tough one. Okay, it's between Deku and Shoto to start with. So Deku used to be an easy answer, but then when we got that recent chapter when he was in the dream world and Shigaraki was in danger, and Deku jumped in to try and save Shigaraki. Now I agree with Deku's ideology for the most part. You know, saving people is a good thing. But when he tried to save Shigaraki, I was like, wait, that's just stupid. Like at that point, I was a bit like, I didn't think that was smart of Deku. So yeah, I'm gonna say Shoto right now. Shoto is probably the most intriguing character besides Deku, and yeah, after that thing in the dream world with Deku and Shigaraki, I was a bit like, I'm not sure if this guy's my favorite anymore, or at least I thought that was stupid. Whereas when it comes to Shoto, he's not done anything where I've questioned it too much, because from the beginning we knew why he was like the way he was, and he's been evolving ever since then, and there's nothing he's done that's made me go, oh, that wasn't smart. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Shoto right now. Right now, Shoto. The final question is from Kronos GW, and he says, what is best entrance, best Jeanist gonna do? Who is he gonna fight, and will he succeed? So yeah, listen, best Jeanist has been missing for the longest time, and it would be kind of lame for him to come in, you know, he's alive, it would be lame for him to then die straight away. So I think he will, you know, he's gonna put up a fight right now. Now, this question has been asked before about could Jeanist take down Gigantomachia? I still don't think he could permanently do that. I think he could immobilize Machia for a bit. You know, everyone who tries to take down Machia it always looks like they're going to succeed for a bit. You know, Mount Lady, it looked like she was doing something for like a few panels. Same with the Class 1A students. It looked like they were about to stop him for a while. But ultimately, at the end of the day, Machia will always overcome whatever you're doing. So I don't think he'll succeed in stopping Machia. He has the power to succeed in stopping Dabi, but do we want that? You know, do we want best Jeanist to be the one to stop Dabi when Endeavour and Shoto are right there? Like, it's a Todoroki family drama happening over here. Do we really want an outsider to just come in and stop all that? I don't want that, so I'm going to hope that he doesn't stop Dabi. I don't think he will stop Gigantomachia, but one cool thing that I think could happen though, what if Jeanist, you know, he's made his appearance, what if he tells everyone else, just get out of here? He's like, Deku, you get out of here, Bakugo, Tenya, everyone go, I'll hold the villains off and I'll stop them from getting you. You go, you recuperate, and you fight another day. Something like that. I wouldn't mind something like that happening. That would be, you know, self-sacrifice, I guess. Yeah, I know I said it would be lame for Jeanist to come back and then die straight away, but if he was sacrificing himself on purpose, that's a different story. But we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm not really... Obviously, Jeanist, you know, by default, he might be the next #1 hero for all we know. Because Endeavour's hero career has been totally destroyed by everything Dabi said. So he's obviously got the power to do something, but I don't see Jeanist doing the job by himself. However, with that said, let me know what you guys think down below. And of course, for the next Patreon Q&A, if you want to submit questions, you can be a YouTube member, you can be a Patreon, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can just submit on those platforms. And the next one will be coming next month. And until the next one, peace out.